Welcome to this channel. Today we are going to explore Sabarkantha District, Gujarat State, the agro-cultural soul of North Gujarat, Part 1. Before we go into the video, please subscribe this channel and press bell button to get notifications of upcoming videos. Now we go into the video. Sabarkantha District is a magnificent showcase of North Gujarat's vibrant heritage, blending rapid agrarian growth with ancient tribal traditions. Geographically structured around the historical channels of the Sabarmati and Hatmati rivers, the district draws its identity as a critical socio-economic hub that bridges the industrial plains of central Gujarat with the rugged hilly frontiers of Rajasthan. Sabarkantha proudly wears the title of the agro-cultural soul of North Gujarat due to its exceptionally robust farming networks, which lead the state in groundnut, cotton, and dairy production, balanced seamlessly with a fiercely protected ecosystem of folk performing arts and historical sites. For any observer, the district encapsulates the true essence of rural India, transforming dynamically under modern economic structures while keeping its cultural foundations intact. Geographically positioned in the northeastern corner of the Gujarat state, Sabarkantha lies between the coordinates of 23.03 n to 24.30 n latitude and 72.43 e to 73.39 e longitude. The district shares its extensive northern and northeastern boundaries with the state of Rajasthan, specifically the districts of Udaipur and Sirohi, creating a unique cross-border cultural synthesis. Within Gujarat, it is bordered by Banaskantha district to the northwest, Meghsana and Gandhinagar district to the west, Kheda to the south, and the newly carved Amravali district to the east. The terrain transitions elegantly from the semi-arid plain layouts toward the southern areas into the jagged rocky outcroppings of the ancient Aravalli hill ranges that dominate the northern subdivision. The historical lineage of Sabarkantha is incredibly ancient, stretching back to mentions in Hindu epics like the Mahabharata, where regions around the Idar were referred to as Aiva Durga, a mystical mountain stronghold. In the epigraphic records of the Kshatrapa dynasty around 150 AD, the region was designated as Swabara, derived from the Sanskrit and Swabravadi, the historical name for the Sabarmati river. During the medieval era, the independent princely state of Idar emerged under the Rathore Rajputs, maintaining a fierce resistance against the Delhi and Gujarat's subtanaks from their invulnerable fort atop Idar Hill. Following India's independence in 1947, these diverse princely entities were integrated into the Bombay state, subsequently becoming a cornerstone district of the newly formed state of Gujarat in 1960. The district was later geographically streamlined in 2013 when its eastern segments were detached to create the independent Aravalli district. Sabarkantha experiences a typical subtropical semi-arid climate characterized by three distinct seasonal cycles: a blistering summer, an erratic monsoon, and a mild, pleasant winter. The summer season spans from March to June, with dry heat sweeping across the plains and driving temperatures up to a scorching 42 degrees C to 45 degrees C, particularly around the rocky basin of Idar, which is historically recognized as one of the hottest zones in Gujarat during peak summer. The southwest monsoon winds arrive by late June and last until September, depositing a highly variable average annual rainfall of roughly 600 mm to 800 mm across the region. Winters, spanning from November to February, bring structural relief to the district, dropping temperatures down to a comfortable range between 10 degrees C and 25 degrees C, ideal for the cultivation of winter cash crops. While Sabarkantha does not host its own commercial domestic airport, it relies completely on the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport in Ahmedabad, located roughly 80 to 90 kilometers away, providing instant global and domestic air connectivity. The railway infrastructure is anchored by the Himmatnagar Junction railway station, which falls under the Ahmedabad division of the Western Railway Zone. The recent broad gauge conversion of Ahmedabad to Himmat Udaipur line has drastically boosted both passenger travel and cross-state freight transportation. In terms of roadways, the district is beautifully integrated via National Highway 48, NH48, formerly NH8, which passes directly near its periphery as a vital economic corridor connecting Delhi and Mumbai. Complementing this is a dense mesh of state highways and Gujarat State Road Transport Corporation GSRTC bus networks that keep remote villages tightly connected to urban hubs. According to historical data trends from the census, the post-bifurcation population of Sabarkantha stands at approximately 1.4 million residents, reflecting a demographic profile that is deeply rooted in rural setups. The population density hovers at a balanced level, with a vast majority of the citizens residing in traditional village communities rather than congested metropolitan grids. The sex ratio remains relatively stable, hovering close to the state average of approximately 950 females per 1,000 males, pointing toward steady advancements in regional health care and social awareness programs. The overall literacy rate stands comfortably at around 75% to 78%, showing a stark positive upward trajectory over the last few decades, with male literacy traditionally outstripping female literacy by a small margin. The religious matrix of Sabarkantha is highly diverse but noticeably characterized by a significant Hindu majority, which constitutes more than 85% of the overall population. The district also houses a highly influential and industrious Muslim minority, mostly concentrated within urban enclaves like Himmatnagar and Prantij, playing an essential role in trade, transport, and regional craftsmanship. Furthermore, the district shares a profound historical connection with Jainism, which is usually evident through the presence of major ancient Jain pilgrimage sites, monastic retreats, and beautifully preserved temple ruins scattered throughout the Polo Forest and Idar Hills. Small communities of Christians and Sikhs also reside peacefully within the major subdivisions, rounding out a highly harmonious pluralistic social structure. Gujarat serves as the undisputed official language of administration, commerce, and primary education across Sabarkantha District. However, given its geographical positioning on the borderlands of Rajasthan, the spoken language undergoes a beautiful linguistic shift. The local population widely communicates in the Patani and Sabarkanti dialects of Gujarati, which displays heavy phonetic influences from Rajasthani and Marwari. In the northern triple dominated belts of Khed Brahma and Pasina, the indigenous populations speak Bill district unique vernacular tongues that possess distinct grammatical layers. Hindi is widely understood, spoken, and utilized in commercial centers for industrial trading activities, while English is progressively expanding its footprint within private educational setups and corporate offices. The cultural landscape of Sabarkantha is an increasingly rich tapestry woven from high-spirited tribal folklore and classic Gujarati traditions. The region is internationally famous for its indigenous tribal festivals, most notably the Chitra Vichitra Mela held annually at Gunbakari village, where thousands of Garasia and Bill tribesmen gather in vibrant traditional attire to perform ancestral dances and rituals. The artistic heritage is furthermore elevated by the exquisite woodwork and handmade traditional wooden toys of Idar, an art form protected by generations of local artisans. During the autumn months, the entire district bursts into celebration with the festival of Navaratri, where traditional Garba and Dandiya Ras are performed across every village square to the beat of heavy acoustic folk instruments. Sabarkantha has established a robust educational network that effectively caters to both the foundational schooling and advanced technical degrees. The primary and secondary school systems are strictly governed by the Gujarat Secondary and Higher Secondary Education Board GHHSEB, alongside a rising number of Central Board of Secondary Education CBSE English medium institutions. For higher education, the district relies on premier institutions like the Hemchandracharya North Gujarat University HNGU, to which numerous local arts, commerce, and science colleges are officially affiliated. Technical and professional aspirations are actively supported by specialized hubs like the Himmatnagar Medical College, government-run polytechnics, and industrial training institutes ITIs, designed to equip youth with modern vocational skills. The cost of living in Sabarkantha is highly affordable and distinctly lower when compared to the nearby mega cities of Ahmedabad or Gandhinagar. The primary driver for this economic relief in the district's self-sustaining agricultural structure, which ensures a steady, low-cost supply of fresh vegetables, grains, pulses, and dairy products direct from the local farms to the urban marketplaces. Real estate expenses, housing rentals, and land acquisition costs remain highly reasonable, allowing middle class families to maintain a comfortable lifestyle without immense financial stress. Furthermore, domestic utilities, local public transport, and primary education costs are highly subsidized or naturally constrained, making it a peaceful, pocket-friendly destination for residential life. The per capita income of Sabarkantha aligns closely with the mid-tier economic performance averages of Gujarat State, driven primarily by dairy cooperatives and agro-industrial business profits. Wealth distribution across the district is visibly split. Urban centers like Himmatnagar generate substantial revenue through services and trading, while rural incomes fluctuate based on seasonal agricultural yields and milk procurement pricing. The tax infrastructure is strictly governed by national and state mandates, with the goods and services tax GST universally applied to all manufacturing and commercial services. The local urban municipalities, nagarpalikas, and rural village bodies, gram panchayats, levy nominal property taxes and water usage fees to fund localized infrastructure maintenance. Administratively, Sabarkantha is directed by a district collector and IAS officer who manages land revenue, law and order, and state policy implementation, while the superintendent of police SP oversees the judicial enforcement machinery. In the political theatre, Sabarkantha is an influential arena represented entirely by the Sabarkantha Lok Sabha constituency in the Indian Parliament, with the incumbent member of Parliament using Sabarkantha Mahendra Singh Baraya of the Bharatiya Janata Party BJP. The district is structurally divided into key legislative assembly Vidhan Sabha segments that include Himmatnagar, represented by MLA Vinendra Singh Jala; Idar, reserved for scheduled caste, represented by MLA Ramanlal Varra; Ket Brahma, reserved for scheduled tribes, represented by MLA Tushar Chowdhury; Prantij, represented by MLA Kajendra Singh Parmar. Both the state government of Gujarat and the central government of India heavily deployed targeted socio-economic development welfare schemes inside Sabarkantha due to its extensive rural population. The Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sanchaya Yojana (PMKSY) is widely implemented to scale up micro irrigation systems, optimizing water usage in drought-prone areas like Idar and Vadali. The Mukhyamantri Amrula MA and Ayushman Bharat health cards provide essential medical safety nets which have proven crucial during recent monitoring of regional health outbreaks like the Chandipura virus. Additionally, the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act (MGNREGA) remains highly active, offering guaranteed structural employment to tribal and landless agricultural laborers during the non-farming seasons. For streamlined administrative and revenue management, Sabarkantha district is logically organized into district subdivisions, 8 functional talukas, tehsils. These primary talukas are Himmatnagar, Idar, Prandij, Talad, Ket Brahma, Vadali, Posina, and Vijayanagar. The district headquarters is situated at Himmatnagar, which serves as the central nerve center for all primary bureaucratic operations. Underneath the taluka level, the administrative fans out into hundreds of revenue villages governed by gram panchayats, ensuring that government welfare programs flow directly down to the grassroots level. The hydrological layout of Sabarkantha is shaped by a series of seasonal rivers that form the lifelines of its massive agricultural economy. The legendary Sabarmati River snakes along the western borders of the district, carrying vital water volumes downstream into central Gujarat. Slicing directly through the heart of the district is the Hetmadi River, accompanied by its key tributaries like the Meswo and Guhai rivers, which remain mostly dry in the peak summer but swell into rapid torrents during the monsoon seasons. To store this vital monsoon runoff, major engineering projects like the Daroj Dam and the Sabarmati and the Guhai Dam have been constructed, feeding a massive network of irrigation canals that irrigate thousands of hectares of dry farm land. The natural resource wealth of Sabarkantha is primarily concentrated within its unique geological structures and dense forest reserves. The northern ranges of Vijayanagar and the Polo Forest Zone host rich biodiversity, providing a wealth of minor forest produce such as medicinal herbs, honey, and dry timber to local tribal communities. Geologically, the district is highly famous for its immense reserves of high-grade china clay, kaolin, silica sand, and the massive indestructible granite formations that make up the Idar Hills. Groundwater remains actively precious resource because of the hard rock geology of the Aravalli foothills. Deep tube well tapping is heavily monitored to prevent over exploitation of regional aquifers. Sabarkantha boasts an incredible array of tourist destinations that appeal to adventure travelers, nature lovers, and heritage enthusiasts alike. The crown jewel is the stunning Polo Forest in Vijayanagar Taluka, a breathtaking ecotourism heaven filled with lush greenery, ancient 15th century Jain and Hindu temple ruins, and excellent trekking trails. Another massive attraction is the Idar Fort, a challenging hill fort accessible by climbing hundreds of rock cut steps, rewarding hikers with panoramic views of giant granite boulders and ancient palace ruins. For religious pilgrims, the Kat Brahma temple, dedicated to Lord Brahma, stands out as one of the exceedingly rare shrines in the entire world focused on this deity. The urban framework of Sabarkantha is characterized by historic market towns that have steadily grown into modern commercial hubs. Himmatnagar, the largest city and administrative capital, serves as the primary epicenter for retail, healthcare, and administrative infrastructures. Idar is intentionally celebrated as a historic fort town and a traditional marketplace for wooden crafts. Brantage and Talod are highly industrial and mercantile towns, driving a vast majority of the region's agricultural trading networks. Other key rural towns like Khed Brahma, Vadali, and Vijayanagar function as critical connectivity and trade stations for the surrounding tribal villages. Employment in Sabarkantha is highly multidimensional, leaning heavily on a solid foundation of agro industries, cooperative dairying, and small scale manufacturing. The massive Sabar Dairy, Sabarkantha District Cooperative Milk Producers Union Limited, provides direct and indirect livelihoods to hundreds of thousands of rural families through a systematic daily milk collection network. Urban centers offer expanding careers within the service sectors, retail management, banking, logistics, and government administrative services. For blue collar workers, the ceramic manufacturing plants, cotton ginning units, and mineral processing factories located across the Talod and Prantage clusters provide steady year round employment. The mining industry forms a crucial pillar of Sabarkantha's secondary economy, capitalizing on the rich mineral veins running through the Aravalli Hills. The district is one of India's premier processing centers for china clay, kaolin, which is extensively mined, refined, and dispatched to supply the nation's high-end ceramic, paper, and cosmetic industries. Furthermore, the extensive granite hills around Itar and Vadali support numerous stone quarrying and crushing units that produce essential building materials for real estate construction across western India. Strict environmental regulations are actively deployed by the state mining department to check illegal mining and ensure ecological balance in these sensitive zones. Industrialization in Sabarkantha is beautifully optimized around its raw materials, resulting in a dense concentration of ceramic tile manufacturing, brick kilns, and chemical processing units around Prentice and Himmatnagar. The agricultural yield supports numerous advanced cotton ginning mills, oil extraction plant for groundnut oil, and modern cold storage facilities for potato crops. The district health administration has been on high alert following an outbreak of the Chandipura virus, CHPV. Health teams have launched extensive door-to-door medical surveys, chemical testing, and awareness campaigns, establishing specialized pediatric isolation wards at the Himmatnagar Civil Hospital to control the sandfly-borne infection. On the weather and infrastructure front, the arrival of the 2026 monsoons has brought substantial inflows into the Sabarmati and Hatmati river basins, providing much needed relief to local farmers but prompting local authorities to issue safety alerts for low-lying riverside villages. Now, questions and answers. What is the main administrative headquarters of Sabarkantha District? The primary administrative headquarters of Sabarkantha District is the city of Himmatnagar. Which major river flows along the western boundary of the district? The Sabarmati River flows extensively along the western boundary of the district. Who is the current Member of Parliament MP for Sabarkantha Lok Sabha constituency in 2026? The current Member of Parliament in Sabarkantha, Sobana Ben Mahendra Sinha Baraya. What unique ecological and heritage attraction is located in Vijayanagar Taluka? The Polo Forest, which features lush green ecotourism trails and 15th century temple ruins. Which ancient mountain range dominates the northern topography of Sabarkantha? The ancient Aravalli range dominates the northern geography of the district. For which mineral product is Sabarkantha highly recognized across India? Sabarkantha is highly recognized for its extensive deposits and refining of high-grade China clay, kaolin. What unique tribal festival is celebrated at Ganbakari village? The famous Chitra Vichitra Mela is celebrated annually at Ganpakari village by local tribal communities. Name the rare temple located in Kat Brahma that is unique in India. Kat Brahma hosts one of the very few ancient temples in the world dedicated entirely to Lord Brahma. Which massive dairy cooperative provides extensive employment in the district? The Sabar Dairy, Sabarkantha District Cooperative Milk Producers Union Limited, is the central dairy driver. What is the linguistic influence seen in the local Sabarkantha dialect? The local dialect is Gujarati, heavily influenced by the phonetics and vocabulary of Marwari and Rajasthani languages. Thank you for seeing this video. Please Subscribe this channel and press bell button to get notifications of upcoming videos. Thank you.